Hi guys. I just got back from a 4-hour hike in the mountains with my partner. We decided to go hiking today, and they're closing down the parks for a little while because there's a high threat of fire. So we thought we'd go and just get a hike in before they do that, so that way we don't lose that opportunity before the next season. So the hike was definitely difficult and challenging to say the least. We've done a few hikes before, and this one was one of the toughest. I would say the first 20 or 30 minutes of the hike, of any hike, especially when you're mountain hiking, is usually the toughest because your body is trying to get used to you putting it through this grueling activity, through this like hardcore physical activity. And even though I've been walking on a regular basis and walking every day, I'm not been hiking and pushing myself going up all these inclines on a regular basis. So the body has to get used to it and adapt. And I think that doing that kind of activity, pushing your body to its basic capacity, to its basic ability, is a great way to get back in touch with yourself, to connect with your physical body, with to ground the mind as well. I think it's a great grounding activity. I think this is why people do yoga. When you do yoga, you have to go through each posture and each position, and sometimes you have to ease your way through it. You can't push your way through it. You have to ease your way through it. And when you're easing your way through it, there's a sense of discomfort there. It's like your body's telling you, no, I don't want to do this. No, I don't want to do this. No, I don't want to do this. But you're like, it's okay. It's okay. Just breathe. Just breathe. You're gonna get through this. Just breathe. Um, and so you're pushing your body through this process, and at some point your body just kind of gives in to the process, and it just becomes easier, and it doesn't feel so hard or so difficult. That's usually the first few 20, 30 minutes of any hike, mountain hiking that I've ever done. Just that first few moments is when the body is trying to get used to it. And I think our lives are like that as well. Sometimes when we have to do things, or we need to do things to get closer to our goals, we need to push ourselves outside of our comfort zone. We need to get uncomfortable for a little while. Just like mountain hiking, just like yoga, if you can push yourself, if you have a goal that you want to achieve, don't expect, some angel to descend from the heavens with a nice, perfectly packaged box saying, hey, we know you intend to have this. Here you go. Sometimes sometimes that can happen, but a lot of times you have to put some energy into it. You have to let the universe know that you're serious about making changes, that you're serious about doing something different, that you're serious about achieving your goal. So one of the best ways to do that is to take steps in the direction of that goal, of the end result, and have faith that whatever you do is going to be met in response by the universe, bringing together situations and circumstances, resources, and people that are going to make it easier for you to achieve that goal. So, you have to take the first steps and push yourself outside of your comfort zone. And in the beginning, it is going to be uncomfortable. I've not always been very excited or very comfortable with public speaking. In fact, as a child, I used to talk to my neighbors through the window with a screen because I was so shy, and I was so intimidated by just talking to people directly, or being face to face with others. And so I used to talk to people through a screen, and I wouldn't want to come outside and talk to the neighbors because I was so shy. And when I got older, I knew that this was the kind of work I was going to want to be involved in. I knew that I was going to want to help people and be there and guide and support others in a way that would help them to achieve their goals. And so I knew that I needed to get better at communicating with people, at talking to people, and connecting one-on-one. And so when I had my first job, when I got the first opportunity to work at Starbucks, I didn't see it as an opportunity to make coffee. I saw it as an opportunity to learn how to talk to people, learn how to communicate, learn how to connect with others. And I even remember the first day that I went out to the cafe. They were like, okay, it's time for you to get on the register. I'm like, get on the register? Like, I have to talk to people. Like, I can't just be behind the bar and make coffee. I have to talk to people. And so that's essentially was the beginning stages of me taking steps in the direction of communicating with people, and learning how to build a bond and build connections and speak to people in a way that they can understand and they can receive. So I think that was one of the biggest steps that I ever took to achieve my goals. And I think that you can also take steps to achieve your goals as well. All you have to do is just plan it out, look at and see what is possible for you today, right now. Look and see what is the potential that you can do, what activity you can take on, and just start to do it little by little. You don't have to do everything all at once. No one's asking you to run a marathon all at once. You just take little steps. Like just do one thing at a time, and one step will lead to another step, will lead to another step, will lead to another step. Just like today, getting on that mountain and hiking up those steep inclines, one step leads to another step, leads to another step, leads to another step, and it feels uncomfortable and it's just challenging at first. But once you get to a certain point, you start to feel it feels more natural for you. It feels easier for you, and you start to notice that you've walked quite a bit and you've gotten quite higher than you thought you could. So I am hoping that you guys are having an amazing week. I just wanted to reach out and say hello. I hope that you guys watched my video, the video that I released this morning. If you didn't, check it out because it's an interesting video. I look forward to our next video, and I will talk to you tomorrow, okay? Because we are going to do a Facebook Live session in the evening so that I can answer your questions. So until then, take care. Bye-bye.